Mystical, City of God. Approbations. The first pope officially to take notice of Ciudad de Dios was Pope Innocent XI, who, on July 3, 1686, in response to a series of virulent attacks and machinations of some members of the Sorbonne, known to be Jansenists, issued a brief permitting the publication and reading of the Ciudad de Dios. Similar decrees were afterward issued by Popes Alexander VIII, Clement IX and Benedict XIII. These decrees were followed by two decrees of the Congregation of Rites, approved by Benedict XIV and Clement XIV, in which the authenticity of Ciudad de Dios as extant and written by the Venerable Servant of God, Mary of Jesus, is officially established. The great Pope Benedict XIII, when he was Archbishop of Benevent, used these revelations as material for a series of sermons on the Blessed Virgin. On September 26, 1713, the Bishop of Ceneda, Italy, objecting to the publication of the City of God, was peremptorily ordered by the Holy Office to withdraw his objections as interfering with the decree of Pope Innocent XI for the Universal Church. The process of canonization of Mary of Agreda was promoted by the Spanish bishops and other eminent men of the Church soon after her death in 1666. It has resulted so far in securing her the title of Venerabilis, thus clearing the way to her beatification, for which, let us hope, God will soon raise a promoter among the many pious and eminent men who hold in esteem her writings and have learned of her holy life and of the miracles wrought at her tomb. The Redemptorist Fathers published a new German translation in 1885, which was approved and highly recommended by the Bishop of Ratisbon in the following terms: "We take pleasure in giving our episcopal approbation to the annotated translation of the Spanish original Ciudad de Dios of Mary of Jesus and recommend this book, which will surely edify all readers and be the occasion of great spiritual blessings." Ratisbon, September 29, 1885. Ignatius, Bishop of Ratisbon. Notable is the high recommendation of the Prince Archbishop of Salzburg, Apost. Legate, Primate of Germany, etc., according to the decrees of Pope Innocent XI and Clement XI. The book known as Ciudad de Dios, written by the Venerable Servant of God, Maria de Jesus, may be read by all the faithful. A number of episcopal approbations, the recommendations of four renowned universities, namely, of Toulouse, Salamanca, Alcalá and Louvain, and of prominent members of different orders, coincide in extolling the above-named work. The learned and pious Cardinal de Aguirre says that he considers all the studies of 50 years of his previous life as of small consequence in comparison with the doctrines he found in this book, which in all things are in harmony with the Holy Scriptures, the Holy Fathers and Councils of the Church. The Venerable Superior General of St. Sulpice, Abbé Emery, adds, "Only since I read the revelations of Mary of Agreda do I properly know Jesus and his Holy Mother. We therefore do not hesitate in granting our episcopal approbation to Ciudad de Dios and wish to recommend it to the faithful and especially to our clergy." Franz Albert, Archbishop. Archiepiscopal Chancery, Salzburg. September 12, 1885. A more recent official approbation of Ciudad de Dios is from the Bishop of Tarazona, prefacing the new edition of 1911 to 1912. We, Dr. James Ozoidi Wyudov, by the grace of God and of the Apostolic See, Bishop of Tarazona, Administrator Apostolic of the Diocese of Tudela, etc., etc., having charged the priest Don Eduardo Rio, chaplain and confessor at the Convent of the Immaculate Conception of Agreda, carefully and exactly to compare the manuscript which is to serve as copy for the printing of the new edition of the City of God now about to be published by the religious of the above-named convent, with the authenticated autograph manuscript of that work the preserved, and having ascertained by a personal revision of a great part of the manuscript that the said priest has diligently and faithfully fulfilled this charge imposed upon him by us, we now therefore certify that this present edition of Ciudad de Dios, with the exception of a few mere orthographic modifications, is entirely conformable to the autograph of that work as composed and written by the Venerable Mother Mary of Jesus of Agreda. Tarazona, April 7, 1911. James, Bishop of Tarazona. Finally follows the official approbation of the Right Reverend Bishop of the Fort Wayne Diocese, where this English translation is published. Rome City, Indiana, August 24, 1912. The Reverend George J. Blatter, Dear Reverend Father : My imprimatur is herewith granted to your English translation of the work entitled Ciudad de Dios, wishing you every blessing. I remain, devotedly in Domino, H. J. Alarding, Bishop of Fort Wayne. The author has made use of capital letters in the text slightly at variance with common usage, in order to avoid complication and secure greater clearness. The paragraph numbers are those of the newest Spanish edition of Ciudad de Dios in 1912. In the abridgment they vary slightly.